Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of 5 Minute Gaming News, the show that may or may not be 5 minutes. Today in the news, something big from the world of a spooky good time. Apparently, yesterday, images of the new Silent Hill game were leaked online. However, they were quickly taken down after a copyright claim by Konami. According to a series of tweets by Dusk Golem on Twitter, the images were the first the world has ever seen of the unconfirmed Silent Hill project. So far, if this is real, it definitely has the creepy factor and the what the F of Silent Hill. A trash-filled apartment, a hall lined with sticky notes, a girl's face that appears to be torn like paper, but with words of neglect or self-hate written in it. There's even a human flower hybrid thing that, according to Polygon, was possibly created by Masahiro Ito, the same designer who created Pyramid Head. According to Dusk Golem, the images are from 2020, and the game will be about two characters named Anita and Maya. And somehow, I guess, SMS messages are going to play a part of the game. However, there was talk that this could in fact just be the game that Bluebird team is working on with Konami as well. The team behind Layers of Fear, Observer, Blair Witch, The Medium have been working with them since last year. But it doesn't necessarily match up with the timeline of 2020. What does any of it mean? Is it real? Does it matter? I guess at the end of the day, it's just about the hype people have for a new Silent Hill. And I, for one, am very excited. Creepy plant people or not. A class action lawsuit has been brought against game grading company WATA for alleged unfair business practices. If you have been anywhere in the retro or collectors gaming circles, you know that one thing people, especially my very vocal friends, keep talking about is this insane increase in prices over the last few years, and more importantly, how those prices are actually determined. And that is pretty much what this class action lawsuit against WATA is about. That they have allegedly colluded with an auction house to artificially inflate the value of the retro game market for their own gain, something both companies deny. Now, before we deep dive this thing, let me just explain how this all works. It is actually very similar to the way NFT scams run. So imagine I own a copy of Link to the Past, and Link to the Past is selling online for $200, like a mint condition, unopened Link to the Past, $200. So let's say I have a friend who runs an auction house. He auctions off games online. And I, as a person who determines the cost of games, says to him, sell this Link to the Past for $10,000. And he's like, well, you say it's $10,000 and you're the grading company who determines how much it is. Well, it must be so. And so then we sell it for $10,000. But who do we sell it to? Ourselves. Some third party, someone associated with us, buys it for $10,000. $10,000 we gave them. So now we just take the $10,000, maybe, I don't know, $9,000. Let's say we were being nice. We gave the guy $1,000 for promotional purposes, whatever. We take the game back, we take our money back, and we sit on the fact that it is now set officially that Link to the Past sold at auction for $10,000. And if you just keep doing that with enough games, over time, the entire market inflates. And now you're making big bank off of the fact that everyone just assumes that's what the costs are now, because that's what they are across the board, when really you've just inflated it yourself and made a huge profit. And this is pretty much what they're being accused of, except with Super Mario Bros. The highest price on record for Super Mario Bros. Used to be $30,000 for the game. Yet, allegedly through this WATA grading scheme, it sold at $100,000 just a year later. And as this VGC article shows, allegedly it was sold to 3 men, one of them being a dude who works for the auction house. There's even a Pawn Stars episode, that's right, that show, where allegedly they tried to run the same scam there too. It's pretty crazy. There are a ton of videos online about this, about how big of a problem it is. Our good friend Gerard the Completionist has one of his own. Really, it just feels like a group of guys got together and decided they were just gonna pull one over on well-meaning gamers and collectors for profit, if you want my opinion. Speaking of opinions, it's time for your Cren Minute.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Cren Minute, my once a week segment where I get to talk about whatever I want for a minute. But this week, I forgot to do the Cren Minute up until the last minute, and I just took a shower and was about to go to bed, and I was like, dude, I gotta do the Kren Minute. What am I doing? So that's why there's no shitty green screen here. There's really even less production value, which in fact makes it kind of more production value. So I'm sorry about that. But I'm going to talk about hydration today. Make sure you're drinking enough water. Everybody expects you to, talk about video games, but I'm going to talk about drinking enough water. It's regulating your body temperature. It's keeping your joints lubricated. It's preventing infections. It's delivering nutrients to your cells, and it's keeping your organs functioning properly. Come on. It also improves sleep quality, cognition, and mood. So drink water and go listen to the Cox and Crendor podcast, youtube.com/Cox and Crendor podcast, one of the best podcasts on the internet. You should just go there and subscribe. Thank you.
Thanks, Crendor. I don't have any papers today, but I do have the knowledge that in the most recent episode of the Halo TV show, Master Chief has sex and Cortana watches it, and I'm pretty sure that leads to the fall of Reach, so now you know that too. Anyway, speaking of things you should know, patreon.com/Jesse Cox, where you can find amazing people like Dansky Madrin, Jim Vitz, and Ian Ramsey. All right, that's it for this week. Thank you so much. This has been another great episode of 5 Minute Gaming News. I will see you Monday. Bye, everybody.